What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers Podcast, episode 180, and we are back with a pretty damn good preview to PFL Europe 1. That's all we got to talk about today. No other event is happening this weekend other than a good old PFL Europe tournament. Right, let's go!
I don't know why he does this.
I hate him.
I don't know why. Like, I know anyone that listens is like, for what? And here's Jimmy. Yeah.
Like,
big news, Paul Hughes recently just found out he's actually Australian.
Don't disrespect him.
Don't disrespect.
But yeah, they decided to put Paul Hughes' main event in on a PFL Europe card. It's
disrespectful to him.
It isn't. It isn't. He wants to fight in Ireland. This is the only way it's going to happen.
That's true. I guess.
Yeah.
You know what? I guess that is nice that at least like they had this card and it like was available. Like, well, if you want to, it just feels disrespectful to go from like fighting AJ McKee on or fighting Bobby King on Bellator Champion Series, and then fighting AJ McKee in the PFL Super Fights, fighting for the fucking belt against Usman Nurmagomedov in the PFL Road to Dubai Champion Series, and now he's headlining PFL Europe. It just feels disrespectful.
Oh yeah,
but I guess I do have to take a step back. It is like, yeah, like if you want to headline Ireland, this is how it's getting done.
For sure, because even to the fact of his opponent being Bruno Miranda, it's like, what are we? How do you go from fighting the majority decision loss against Usman Nurmagomedov in a title fight to fight Bruno Miranda? Like, what is this matchmaking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the matchmaking is terrible. There's no U.S. broadcast for this.
Nice.
That's fun. I wonder if it's like with it being Bruno, it's just one of those things of it's PFL with Bellator and like, roster. And they clearly are just doing things poorly and just they have a lot of guys that are angry. I wonder if it was just a matter of being able to find somebody that was willing to headline PFL Europe. And Bruno's like, I want to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is going to be a big opportunity for Bruno.
Yeah, and Paul, I want to fight, so I just, one of those things where you have two guys, they just want to fucking fight. They got their opportunity. It doesn't matter who it's against.
Exactly, because after the loss to Usman, Paul Hughes wanted the rematch in Ireland, do all of that, and Usman's like, win 3 fights and then we'll fight again. And it's like, okay, man, like that's just crazy. But
yeah, because that was a close fight.
Yeah, that was such a good fight. It was so goddamn close. Brought Usman absolutely to the brink. Up into the lead up into that fight, Usman was talking shit, just disrespecting his levels, all that shit, and then afterwards just being like, "You're good, brother." Just giving him all that full respect. I cannot wait for a rematch, and it's one of those things where it's like I kind of wonder, and like I haven't really had this thought until now, thinking about it, until like just talking with you the other day of like Islam Volk type shit, where we all expected Islam to go out there and dominate. We expected Usman to go out there and dominate. Volkanovski shows his level and like, oh, this is crazy that he was actually able to do this good, even though he lost. Same with Paul Hughes.
Yeah.
But is Usman going to be able to go in there of like, okay, these are the adjustments I need to make, and then just actually be able to like raise the level more than Paul Hughes being like, oh, I just need to have more confidence or more that, you know what I mean? Like,
so the only argument I'll make against that, and like we'll have to see because I can definitely see it playing out that way, is the fact that Paul Hughes is he just turned 28 years old, so he's still young in his career, and he hasn't hit the heights that he wanted to. So it's like he still has that hunger because he hasn't gotten there where it's like, oh, I just need to do this. It's like I can see it being like, no, I really need to improve. I need to work. I need to make sure that next time the decision goes my way. You know what I mean?
I get you.
It'd be different if like, he was holding the belt if he's hit higher levels, but like I feel like he probably still has that fire of like, no, I have to do better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
because obviously like short notice rematch and all that.
That was the other part I was about to bring up was the fact it was short notice and he was able to use the same game plan that he was planning to use against Charles Oliveira against Volkanovski. Is that their game plans for the two were that was basically what they were saying, is that his game plan was essentially do the same thing they were going to do with Charles Oliveira, is because they have a similar tendency in that range to do the same thing. So the head kick was still there, so they just went with it, and it just, it worked flawlessly. So
but
one of those things.
For sure. But yeah, definitely interested to see how that's like the only real thing they got going in that division that's of meaning. You know what I mean? Like, just get that rematch booked. Hopefully Paul Hughes just goes out there, hometown, everything looks great, gets a great win, and can just really just get that argument for the rematch. You know what I mean?
Paul Hughes is
Oh,
just
yeah,
trying to do the
exactly.
correct thing and run out his contract and get the fuck over to the UFC.
No, hopefully that was
Please.
smart,
Yeah.
especially as a non-champion. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's honestly that would probably be it's just like, yo, let me just get these fights. Like,
Yeah.
just talking like, yeah, bro, like I'll fight 3 more fighters to fight Usman. That's my contract, right? Yeah, I'll fight 3 more.
I'll fight 3 more.
Yeah, I'll sign a brand new contract going into the Usman fight for sure.
100%.
But yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. Other than that, it's just it's a PFL Europe card, so
I
don't know anyone.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get someone exciting at the end of the
When is
season,
it happening?
Friday?
Friday, 10 a.m. our time.
This is Saturday.
Oh, that is Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I figured that was gonna be Friday.
Dang. All their events are on like fucking Friday. Friday or Thursday.
I just looked at the time and I was just like, 10 a.m.
You want to know why it's not Friday? PFL Men is on Friday.
Makes sense. So there you go. PFL Men on Friday too.
There's no names on there.
But moving on, let's go ahead and go over to. I guess we could talk about UFC, right? I guess so. I know that's
You're such a
so
piece of
disrespectful.
Shit. I know, and for what?
PFL.
Especially because your boy is fighting in the main event in this one.
I know, but we gotta give what the fans want, and the fans want PFL.
The fans want PFL to go bankrupt.
They want to see Bubba Jenkins as champ again, brother.
Like,
Jimmy
what are we
Wayne's
talking
living in his
about?
own little delusional world.
Moving on to the fucking good shit for this weekend, Saturday night. UFC 315, headlined by the welterweight title. Belal Muhammad looking to finally get that first defense in. Was supposed to be December of last year, taking on Shavkat. Obviously, he had to pull out. Ian Gary stepped in, and we ended up with that whole timeline of where we're at now. Shavkat's still injured from all of that, so he was not able to take this championship fight. So in steps in, like Ginger said, my boy, Jack Della Maddalena, Mr. Bob Dabalena. I am so fucking excited for this main event. What are your guys' feels for it heading into fight week?
Oh man, I'm not sure. I'm excited for it because it is such an interesting stylistic matchup.
Yep.
With like the fact that Belal is all pressure and Jack Della Maddalena is so good in the pocket with his boxing, but at the same time is susceptible to takedowns as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I have just all the confidence in the world in my boy of just, it's like, I know obviously the last fight, getting the win over Gilbert Burns is just not the same level of competition, you know, just like fighting Belal at this point, just like for the title, having over the year layoff, like it just,
there's a lot of things against Jack in this for sure.
There is
100%. But I just really feel like with the fact of having the broken arm in that fight, still being able to scramble and get it done, I really feel like if everything's perfect, he's ready to go. It's like you said, with the pocket boxing, Belal, he puts on a lot of pressure and he's going to be using the hands and he will shoot on takedown. But he will use the hands to set up the takedowns.
Yeah,
and I feel like Jack is just going to get a lot of information within the first 2 rounds to be able to find that just the timing, the correct shot to be able to go out there and land something to get the finish on Belal. He's going to have to defend some takedowns. He's going to have to get up from some takedowns, but I feel like he's going to, and I feel like he's going to get it done within 2 rounds.
The one really good thing about, even though he is susceptible to takedowns, is Belal is not a submission threat. He just isn't. And I don't feel bad saying that because he just hasn't shown it, especially against high level competition. Him being also like 8 years older is also a factor in this.
He's also just like not a finishing threat, period. It's like he puts on a lot of pressure, he lands a lot of strikes, he goes for a lot of takedowns. But in his overall career, he has 5 knockouts, 1 submission. Within the UFC, he did have the 1 submission there, and then 2 knockouts. He's got 15 wins. 12 of them are decisions here. It just doesn't happen very often. You know what I mean? Especially with Jack being scrambly and tough. I'm not worried about it, and I'm sure he's not worried about it, which will definitely help.
Yes.
But I really am just like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel, because I really feel like it's either going to be Jack is taking over in the striking and, like, you know, is able to get him out of there, or Belal is just going to be doing too much and just shut him down. You know,
it's
like
possible.
It is possible, yeah.
I do think Jack's going to win, but I'm just like, I'm not sure how much I'm on it. I don't know. I'm so worried about this fight. I want Jack to win so bad.
I completely understand that, because like the thing is with Bilal's pressure is he does throw a lot of strikes out there, but Jack Della Maddalena's vision is so fucking good, just like seeing what is coming. Like that is one of the things. I know
it's just crazy, like looking at the fucking, because I just had their matchup next to each other, and it's like with Jack,
they're the same size.
His defense is 66%, but strikes absorbed per minute 4.27. He does throw more, like, you know, it's 4.3 to 6.7, and you know, even the strikes of Bilal's out here absorbing 3.4. But you know what I mean? It's like, I'm just like, damn.
It's just also like another thing with like, I definitely get where it's like, okay, Jack's either going to take over with the striking or he's going to get shut down. But it's also, it's like, obviously, you know, like Leon getting the, you know, the 5th round Hail Mary knockout over Kamaru Usman. It's like, that's also just like the moment stylistic. It's like Usman at that point, it's not like he puts on that consistent pressure. You know what I mean? It's like Belal hasn't, I feel like, really fought anyone that really has like, if they're kind of just getting like taken down, smothered, whatever, like they're like, you know, not in control, like they're gonna get that kind of like come from behind victory, you know, like especially just like at the highest level. It's, I really feel like even if he's grabbing takedowns, whatever, it's as long as Jack's got a little bit of gas in him, I feel like at any point in this fight, he's live to find that knockout shot.
For sure.
We haven't seen him go 5 rounds, and like, you know, if that power and everything can really like carry throughout it, but it's like the fucking, that knee that he landed on Gilbert, it's like, I just remember that watching that live where it's like, it just didn't seem like it wasn't some big explosive, like, you know, strike. It just like, he just kind of fucking slowly threw it out there, and within like how Gilbert went into it, just all like the damage that it caused, it just, I don't know, it was just kind of crazy, you know what I mean?
So and it's like Jack hasn't shown to like slow down over 3 rounds either, like in the few times that he has gone to a decision. So there's also that, like, because I just wanted to look, and he either maintains the same pace or picks it up in his fights. So
and so it's like, I do think that it's just one of those things where it's obviously great to have a style where you can go 25 minutes and be able to shut out your opponents, you know what I mean? And to like nullify what they do. But without having that real ability to get dangerous fighters out of there yourself, it's a risky thing over time of just like, how many times and how many opportunities can you let someone hang around and give them that moment to try and land something, and like, and you just come out on the better end of the coin flip, you know what I mean? Like, it's
I always go back to it was during Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson. Lennox Lewis's coach in the corner was telling him he needs to get him out of there. He's just like, you need to get him out of here. He is dangerous the whole fight. He's gonna hit you with some stupid shit and you're going to lose the belt. Like, I always go back to that whenever we're talking about fighters who, like, they're really good and they can get the win over 25 or over 15. But it's like, if you leave some of these motherfuckers in there, they can land that one shot that's going to put you out, and you need to be able to get them out of there so you're not in danger of losing either your belt, your potential to go for a belt in your next fight, whatever it may be. So it just is one of those things where
shit almost happened to Ian Gary.
For real.
Exactly.
Round 5. Exactly. Like,
and like, that's just a great point with Ian Gary, where it's like on just kind of like the flip end of it, where like Bilal's obviously already the champ and like at the end of his career, Ian's just on the come up. It's like he really has to figure that out if he's gonna constantly be fighting the guys of Sean Brady and Jack and Shavkat.
It's like, if you want to be smart, you have to have the switch of, all right, kill switch is on. You know what I mean? You need that killer instinct. And I understand that you might not want to have it turned on the whole fight because it might take away from like certain technicalities or whatever. But the second it's on, like, you need to have that ability to flip that switch.
That's because the whole process that Corey Sandhagen has been struggling with to get right in his career and stuff. You know what I mean? It's definitely a hard thing for some fighters to like just, when I feel like when you're too smart about it too, you know what I mean? And there's
just start overthinking.
Because that was
exactly,
that's the problem with like what was going on with Lennox Lewis, was he was a very technical striker, very technical boxer, but like wasn't getting people out of there like that for some parts of his career. And like when you're going up against someone like a Mike Tyson who has one punch knockout power all 12 fucking rounds, you have to be able to turn that switch on get that motherfucker out of there.
Yeah. We'll see. It's like Belal Muhammad, just 11 fights in a row, unbeaten, man. Like the streak and everything that he's been on to grab this title has been absolutely incredible, especially at 36 years old to get it done.
Yeah.
And in the fucking the 15 fight unbeaten streak of Sean Brady, taking the win streak from Leon Edwards, which I think was at like 12 or 13, or like, around there. Jack Della Maddalena, 17-2, lost his first 2 pro fights, 17 fight win streak since. He's looking to end another long win streak. At this age, man, if Belal is able to go out there and do it, it's like with me saying of like, okay, I think that Jack's going to do it. I'm just riding with him. It's like, I just love him just on that future, like the new generation, you know what I mean? But it's like if Belal goes out there and gets it done, like I would not be like that surprised at all. And it's like, motherfuckers got to stop talking shit and just give him all the motherfucking respect in the world, because at this age to be doing what he's doing to the division still at this point, and now the next generation.
I was going to say, but like, especially just taking on the next generation, because it's like, he has the outlier in Brady, but it's like, it's mostly all the guys that have been around.
Yeah, Edwards, Burns, Luke, and Stephen Thompson in his last 5.
Right. So it's like, to go from Brady, have the 2 wins, and then into Jack, it's like, okay, now you're really doing it to like the next guys.
And for Jack, 28 years old, 7-0 in the UFC, just him being able to go out there, especially being able to get a finish over Belal, obviously the biggest win of his career, like championship aside, just the name, the level of fighter. It's like getting the win over Gilbert, that's obviously a good one. Just aging on the older side, where it's like, Belal's 36, but still clearly in his prime being the champ. And then it's like, with just a couple split decisions before that, and then, got into the UFC and had his nice run of finishes. But it would definitely be good for him to just go out there, be able to get that done, and cement his spot at the top of the division.
Hell yeah.
Or just all of these next generation contenders, man.
And then we start getting the next generation fighting each other for the title, because then you get right after that Shavkat.
And if it's not Shavkat, it's going to be Sean Brady.
Deserves it. You got Buckley fighting Usman next. Ian Gary coming off a win right now. Like, you got all these guys. Michael Morales fighting Gilbert Burns the week after. Like, we got guys on the come up.
Yeah, plenty of guys outside of the top 15 trying to get their spot inside the bids. 170, absolute Shark Tank. Let's see what happens to it. And going to the co-main, another fight where after this one, we start getting the next generation of fights going in, because even though Manon Fiorot is 12-1, 34 years old,
35. She turned 35 in February.
God damn, 35 years old now. Finally getting her opportunity at a title against the 37-year-old Valentina Shevchenko, who just got it back in her unanimous decision win over Alexa Grasso. Just one of the most wacky and surprising trilogies I've ever seen at the championship level since I've been watching the UFC.
And so drawn out.
It was.
Just so unnecessary, so long and drawn out. The results and how everything have gone were just so crazy. Like, how did Alexa get worse throughout it? The draw was bullshit. There was just so much that I don't know, man. Totally opposite from the trilogy and what ended up turning into a quadrilogy with the men's flyweight.
Right.
And Brandon.
But finally, here we are, Valentina and Manon.
What are your guys' thoughts on this fight? Because I definitely have some thoughts on this one for sure.
Go in.
I was about to say go ahead, because I have thoughts, but
I'm real worried that this is going to be a terrible fight. And the reason why is because Manon is obviously very solid in the striking. She's tall, she's long, she's got decent power. You know what I mean? Like, she does a lot of things good. I don't think any of her tools in the striking are really that good to actually get it done over Valentina. Valentina's too good of a mover. She sees everything so well. Her counter striking is on point. Her grappling is fucking off the charts. She just has so many amazing tools that it's and Valentina doesn't give a fuck about the fans or anything like that. Nope. She will go in and have a clear set game plan of, this is what I have to do to win for 25 minutes, shut you down, not let you do anything, and I'm walking home with the title. And at 37 years old, I have no doubt she's going to do that more than ever to try and stack up as many of these just late career title wins as she can. Like I feel like this could be a really bad fight.
I'm kind of expecting the Pennington / Holly Holm game plan of if I'm not taking you down, you're going to be sitting on this side of the fence for 25 fucking minutes.
So the thing is that like, all right, with Manon, she has like decent striking.
Mm-hmm.
She's very active, but her accuracy is not good. She swings at air like half the fucking time.
Yes.
And then to your point of Valentina just like having a great eye, like she is very defensively sound. She's real good at not getting hit.
Like what's her fucking defensive stats per
minute? It says 64%, but she only absorbs 2 strikes per minute.
Okay,
so
it's 64%, like that's on the fucking high end of the UFC, especially like how many types has she been in, and she's at that like that.
I mean, Manon throws at 68%, gets hit 3.77 significant strikes per minute landed on her. She lands 6.62 per minute. But again, her accuracy is 41, literally under 50% when she's throwing. She's missing a lot of her strikes. If she's landing 6.6, she's throwing 12. Well, actually, more like 13.
Valentina's probably had like 5 more title fights in the UFC than Manon has had fights in the UFC. You know what I mean? Like, it's like she had title fights at 135. Like, you know what I mean? 125. Like, it's like she has just been through all of the best fighters that she could possibly face in generations.
Yeah, and Manon, this is just going to be a real different level for her. I really am curious with Valentina and like what she's going to do and if she's going to keep it boring, because I'm interested to see what Manon can actually do from the ground, because she has a 93% takedown accuracy, but she's not fighting people that are great at wrestling or takedowns or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she might have fought some grapplers, but not wrestlers and people that can actually land takedowns.
Yeah.
Because then you have, Valentina, whose takedown accuracy is 64%. Like, she can get them.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see, like, if she's going to be able to. And like, at that point, what can Manon do? And then how comfortable is Valentina going to be? Is Valentina going to be like, oh, wait, this is easy. Crucifix and elbows. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like that's kind of live.
It is.
And it's like, I know you've been saying that, like, that's what you think's going to happen, Ginger. It's like, that's where I feel like they're just both good enough and, like, at the levels where it's like, I'm not sure if, like, Valentina will actually be able to grab the takedowns and dominate her like that. If she can and, like, find, the positions and, like, the ground and pound to get her out of there, I'm going to be very happy, because it's, like, that's, like, the highest level of, like, the best way this fight's going to go, other than maybe Manon somehow clips her, she gets a knockout, and we get something exciting.
Because it's like Valentina's grabbing fucking takedowns in every one of her fights. The only fight she didn't, Amanda Nunes. Literally the only fight.
And Amanda could fight and fuck girls up at 165 if she wanted to.
So it's like, I'm just not sure, again, because it's like Valentina's a very different level of than even like in Manon's last fight of Erin Blanchfield. It's like Erin Blanchfield, again, grappling for sure. Her takedowns and wrestling, shit. Rose at 125? No. Fucking Caitlin Seminara? No. Jennifer Maia in 2022, especially? No. Like, you know what I mean? She has not fought that level, and I'm just very curious if Valentina is going to be able to just grab those takedowns.
So, 2 things. One, to answer your question from before, Valentina Shevchenko has as many title defenses as Manon Fiorot has fights in the UFC. And then defenses. So not even including her fight at 135 with Nunes, not including her winning performance to get the title, and not including the 3 title fights she had with Alexa Grasso.
So that's 5 more title fights than
fight.
I was right. That's so great. It's just pulling out a number, but that's the levels of shit we're talking about.
That's the levels we're talking about. 1, but 2. Back to like Katie's point of Manon just throws and she misses a lot. She has a very bad average accuracy. Like, Valentina just moving back and then going in for a double leg takedown. Like, I feel like that is very live for when she's going to be getting those takedowns. Is her eye is very good. She's going to see what's coming. Also, and duck under, grab a single high crotch, boom, get her on the ground, get to side control, get the crucifix, elbow. I'm sorry, France, but you're not getting your undisputed champion just yet.
Yeah, I honestly think that we could get a nice performance from Valentina. I could see it being boring, but I'm just hoping that we're getting a fun one because it's so possible.
That's definitely fair. Like easy takedowns, like with how you said, like I definitely like that can definitely be there for her. Just like one last thing I wanted to like look at, just kind of surprised. Always one of those things where it's like certain people always expect like certain like heights and stuff to be 'Manon Fiorot only 2 inches taller than Valentina. I kind of thought that there would be a little bit more of a size difference there.
Valentina with the reach advantage.
1 inch reach advantage, 66 reach for Valentina, the champion. So
Valentina being the southpaw just even might give her hard times too.
That's the other part of it is she's the southpaw. Switch stance, spin kicks. Like Valentina's just good everywhere, and that's going to be what I think is going to be the problem for Pro. It's just the way Valentina fights is going to cause issues for her the whole entire fight. And again, like she does swing at air a decent chunk of the time, and that's when you're going to get taken down.
Yeah. So
I can see her getting Manon throwing a body kick, because she does like to throw kicks to the body at times, grabbing that, kicking the other leg out, and then just going through the motions of getting to the back, getting onto the side control, whatever it may be, and just getting a sub, getting the TKO. Like there's those things are just so live for this type of fight.
No, I definitely expecting Valentina to win. Just can't wait to see how it plays out. Hope that it is just some good fun and we just get a good performance for sure. And for Manon, if she ends up losing this one at 35 years old, I really don't know what she ends up doing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised one of those things where it's like, oh, I lost, I'll just retire. Probably not, but it's like, you never know.
The thing is, I just don't know who she sticks around to fight. That's the thing. Like, she fights once a year anyway. She doesn't seem to really give a shit too much. She's like, I'm here, I do this, whatever. I don't know what else she got going on. Like,
so we'll see how that goes. Featured bout though,
I'm excited for this one.
Easily couldn't be setting up for Valentina's next title defense, or whoever ends up winning that fight.
Depends.
If one person wins,
I was gonna say if one side wins.
I never want to see that fucking fight again.
Yes, because we got Alexa Grasso, former champion. She is on this card as well, taking on surging, rising contender, our girl around here on this part of the podcast, Natalia Silva.
She's now 6-0 in the UFC. Last win, Jessica Andrade, and just fight of the night with her.
Lock in Natalia Silva decision right here, right now. Boom. It's just honestly kind of like the Valentina thing, but obviously not as
high level and proven.
But even just like the overall skills that Natalia has is like she doesn't have as big of a skill set as Valentina. But
that's true, but she has enough of a skill set to make hers work because she's real good at striking. She's real good at the end, like the in and out movement. Her kicks are just really good, really fast. Her footwork is phenomenal. She has great takedown defense, really good balance, and just all of the things to keep her on her feet and keep her doing what she wants to do.
Yeah,
like
exactly, because it was good, like the footwork, especially like with having that with Valentina. That's like just such a big factor in fights that like a lot of people just do not have, and just having the better footwork is just being able to like just dictate the terms of engagement, you know what I mean? And that's such a big thing, like with just in the co-main of just Manon whiffing on air, she doesn't have that same kind of footwork to actually consistently hit her shots like someone like Valentina, you know? And with Natalia Silva, just that forward pressure, just fucking hands up, trying to go in your face, land a jab, land a 1-2 boxing pressure of Alexa Grasso. I really, with how her grappling looked against Valentina in the last one, don't think she's scoring takedowns against Natalia Silva. Their
takedown average is the same at 0.4 per 15.
That's crazy.
They're not gonna shoot. Like they're just gonna. I feel like Alexa might try out of aggravation of the movement of Natalia.
Yes.
And I think it's not going to be successful, and we're going to end up with either clinching or just they're going to end up back on the feet and we're going to get a striking fight.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to come off of like them coming together and then like just getting into a clinch situation, and or like what she did against Valentina where there was a spin kick. The ill advised spinning shit, which I don't think Natalia Silva doesn't do a lot of it, but like it's something that, just miss kick, whatever it may be, trying to grab a body lock, try to get her down, whatever. That's not gonna that'll happen maybe once or twice during the fight. I doubt it happens any more than that. But clinching because you came together because of strikes, and then all of a sudden like you're right there in front of each other, grabbing the clinch, trying to just stay safe, whatever it may be.
Yeah, it's just
Got to be careful with it too, though, because it is opposite stances, southpaw versus orthodox. So you got to watch it.
Yeah, because it's like just Natalia, just especially in like with like the last two and Jessica Andrade Viviane, just getting like just real solid test and like real good looks in, you know what I mean? Just working towards the top. Just Viviane trying to really push that grappling, really push the clinching, and like just how physical she can be, and just being able to get out of the clinch, move her around, no problems. That was real good. Just easily outworking and just getting it done over Andrade, having no problem with the power and like controlling and managing the range there. You know what I mean? It's like the earlier win in her career over Jasmine Jasudavicius, just another like hard-nosed, physical, forward like pressure fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
she's
like,
on a great streak right now. Like, you come to love her, and then just even doing what she should be doing against the lower level girls and getting the finishes. Like,
I really feel like she has a style to just give Alexa Grasso and just most of the division tons of problems. And I don't think she's going to be able to find the finish over Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso tough and she way too good. 3-round fight. I don't think it's happening.
I don't think so. She's never been knocked out. Like you said, she's tough as hell, and Natalia is I don't think she's about to go for a sub, which is funny because she does have 7 subs on her record, but she does not show that shit off in the UFC at all. She has just been on the feet and trying to keep it there. I wonder if it's one of those things where, like, I don't know, she's just keeping it in her back pocket. Like, she'd rather strike, like, this is what she's doing, this is where she, you know what I mean? But it's like, if you want to take it there, fuck around and find out. Like,
because on it, like, that's possible. My brain honestly went to, it's like, do you think it was one of those things of like, I'm a great striker, I'm learning, like, I have all these people taking me down, so I have to learn to like submit them and stuff. And then she was like, I have to just learn to defend the takedowns, and now she just defends
they're
the takedowns.
all arm bars. She has one arm lock. They're all arm bars, though.
I was about to say, I just counted 5 variations of arm bar / arm lock. There are 2 that are unaccounted for.
That is definitely what happened. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So.
But yeah, so just a great fight. Really excited to see how it plays out. Can't wait for it. Next one, still all of the same feels from when it first got announced and we talked about it. Jose Aldo versus Aiemann Zahabi. It's like, why are we doing this to Jose Aldo? Why is he in fights that people that nobody cares to see? Just things that feel meaningless, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like, what are we doing here? Aiemann, he's just so good. It's just like, wow, he's probably going to be able to land some big shots on the outside, probably fucking grapple him, like maybe fucking get some control time on the cage, and then he probably wins like a not the greatest decision over Jose, and now it's like, cool.
I mean, Aiemann doesn't really grapple too much.
0.16 takedown average per 15 minutes.
With a 14% takedown accuracy.
Yeah, Jose Aldo with a 92% takedown defense.
No, that's true. So, like, I don't know if he'll try that, but, like, I don't know. Aiemann is good, but he's also kind of basic, where I wonder if this is a fight that Jose's like, nah, I can still do this. But either way, it's just to your point, like, it's fucking Jose Aldo. Why are we doing this? Like, why are we giving him these meaningless fights and using him to, like, as a stepping stool, especially for, like, no disrespect to Aiemann, but he's 37 years old. He will be 38 this year. It's not like he's this young up and coming guy. That like needs this, like, you know what I mean? Like, why are we doing this? But whatever. He's getting a fight. He's getting paid. Good for him, I guess.
And he looks like Ariel Helwani, and the UFC still giving him this kind of match. That's crazy,
right?
But yeah, I like you said, I do hope that it is like just basic enough, and Jose can get it done. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Should have got him versus Dom Cruz if before he retired. Now obviously it went with he just got injured again. But should have tried for that. Henry Cejudo, like, just something. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I mean. Like, things like that. Honestly, like I said, I don't mind him if he was like, if he moved back up to 45, him versus Patricio Pitbull.
Yeah,
like that is.
Yeah. That's perfect. Like, just shit like that. You know what I mean?
Legend fight.
I know he's very much committed to 135 at this point, so it's like he'd probably just be pretty small, honestly. But but either way, it's like we just
Pitbull moved down.
Like, something. Yeah.
But then moving on past the card, they already only had 12 fights. Now it's down to 11, and it was off the main card. I don't know which fight they're about to promote up. I feel like it should honestly be Andrade and fucking Jasudavicius.
Yes.
Has to be.
but Joel
It's probably gonna
Alvarez
be
and
like
Benoit.
fucking Navajo Sterling and fucking.
Yeah, it's gonna be some dumb shit.
You wanna know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be Mike Malott versus Charles Radke.
No, the fuck it won't.
I'll be so upset.
But yeah,
Watch.
because BSD and Joel Alvarez are off, so
Yeah.
that's a big hit to the main card because that would have been a whole lot of fun.
Bro,
Yeah.
with losing that and then them rebooking Gilbert and Morales, it's just like, damn,
Yeah.
this card lost some luster. You know what I mean? Still a good card. Like, it's not bad. I'm not gonna fucking say like, oh, it's shit now. It's Canada, so it's fucking. We got Canadian fighters, so it's just a shit card. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it.
It is
But
what
it's
it
like
is.
going through the rest of the card. I don't like. It's not even the fact that they're the only ranked people in Andrade and Jasmine, but like I feel like we can get a guaranteed good fight out of them. That's what I'm saying. Like it's gonna be a lot of fun. That should definitely be moved up there.
Yeah,
it's like
first head-to-head matchup for Kate in the draft ever, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
First head-to-head that isn't a head-to-head with your own fighters.
Yep.
So.
Yep. 3 years.
3 years we've been doing this. Hilarious.
It's so wild. But yeah, but like you said, that's
because it's like, yeah, like you said, Mike Malott and Charles Radke, Navajo Sterling and Ivan Urslan. I'm sure that'll actually be a fun fight, but
will be.
It's just
and Navajo, a city kickboxing guy, so I feel like that's why you probably get that a little extra rub. But but yeah, so it's like got those fights on the prelim. Got Marc-Andre Barrios versus Bruno Silva. Obviously, it's not a great meaningful fight, but someone's gonna get fucked up in that fight.
Yeah,
I have no doubts about that.
Yeah,
somebody's going to sleep. Probably gonna be Marc-Andre Barrios, honestly.
Probably. So you want to talk about just
he is on a 3-fight losing streak, getting knocked out in his last 2.
Yep.
And Bruno is on a rough streak as well. 4-fight losing streak.
All decisions though.
3 decisions, 1 sub.
But he wasn't knocked out.
5-8 versus 4-6.
I was gonna say he's never been knocked out.
Oh shit!
Damn. I thought so yeah.
Been sub 7 times. But he's got 20 knockouts and ain't never been knocked out. Good for him. I respect the shit out of that.
20 knockout wins, no knockout losses, 1 DQ loss.
Yeah.
He's got 4 wins in the UFC, all of them coming by knockout.
Yep. Damn, bro. Yeah, 4-6 now. Oh, it's so rough. But yeah, this is gonna be a fucking banger, man. Like that is gonna be a fun one. Like I wouldn't even be surprised if that got
Bruno's probably gonna knock him out. Yeah. That one could because Canada card, you got a Canada guy, he's about to get knocked the fuck out. They're gonna be sad, but it's exciting.
Another fight on the prelims that should just be a fun fight. Ian Cutelaba versus Modestas Bukauskas. Hey,
that's gonna be fucking great. You know me.
I didn't know that Ian was on this card. Very nice.
If Hulk is on the card, I'm fucking down. Sign me up. I fucking love me some Iwan Cutelaba. He is such a great, fun fighter to watch.
If Iwan wins this fight, he is 50-50 in the UFC at 9-9 and 1 draw.
That would also put him 50-50 in his career at 20 wins, 10 losses, 1 draw. He needs this fucking win over Modestas Bukauskas, and then he retires. Nah, he beats Modestas, and then he gives Khalil the rematch, right? Didn't he get an early win over Khalil? Yep. Yeah. Elbows from Mount, first round. He'll graciously allow Khalil to rematch him.
Graciously.
And the winner fights for the title. Give him the trilogy against Magomed Ankalaev. We need to see it.
Oh my god. Be fair. Won his last 3 at the moment.
If 2. If he wins
this one, he'd be on a 3-5 winning streak. Honestly, give him Alonzo Menafield.
No. God, no. No.
Cutelaba?
You don't do that, brother.
Is that who you're talking about?
Yes. He's gonna lose that. That's not good. You just give him fucking Khalil or something. You gotta do something big. That's his only
something big.
You think it's safe for him to get Johnny Walker in 2025?
Him and Johnny Walker then.
Fuck. Let's do it. If he goes out there and beats Modestas Bukauskas, give him Johnny Walker. I am so down.
I'm down for that fight. It'd be so fun.
That would be so awesome. Yeah. So we'll see how that one plays out between those big boys at 205. But yeah, just a very solid card overall. It just definitely that last minute hit with fucking Benoit St. Detroit and Joel Alvarez. That really sucks. It's because we're just not gonna no shot they find a replacement for Joel on that one and keep BSD on the card. I just don't believe it.
Yeah.
Mauricio Hoofy is offered to fight him in a main event.
I know, but that doesn't help this card.
I know it doesn't, but I just figured I'd throw that out there.
Yep. But let's go. Those are all of the meaningful fights to talk about this card from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Let's go. Normally, we would go into fight news, but we ain't got shit. There ain't no meaningful fights or anything to talk about.
Which is crazy.
Ryan Bader signed with Ryzen.
Woo.
They have heavyweight still?
Apparently.
Crazy. I guess good for him.
Yeah.
You know, he's hit all the big ones, you know?
Yeah. Bellator, PFL, UFC. Ryzen.
Let's go. That is the end of this episode of the podcast. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you hopefully on a fantastic review and with Sir Maddalena on top as champ. Let's go. Peace out, everyone.